Preseason training at Emerald Downs continues forwardly. Here's some activity on Tuesday, March 4th. Trainer Doris Harwood had another great season last year with 2-year-olds, and one of her many winners was Russian, a stakes-placed daughter of Tribunal.
But Russian, oh, those Russians, Russian by 4.
Russian has significant potential for 2008, and the Washington-bred filly was timed in 40 1/5 seconds for a 3-furlong workout. Tough buy from the barn of Sharon Ross also worked 3/8 of a mile. His time was 41 4/5. Ticket to the Stars, a 3-year-old filly from Bonnie Jenny's barn, makes a striking appearance on the track with her flaxen mane and tail. She's prepping for her career debut, and that'll be this year at Emerald Downs. One milestone at Emerald Downs every year is the opening of the racetrack for training in early February. Where are all the horses before that? We made a few visits to prominent local training facilities to check this out. Jim Penney's expertise and longevity has led him to a record 5 Long Acres Mile victories and first-class induction into the Washington Racing Hall of Fame. He moved his operation from Selah to Edgewood in 1990, and Homestretch Farm is now firmly on the thoroughbred map. It's just a couple of exits south of Emerald Downs and serves as a boarding, teaching, and training grounds for his many clients' horses.
Well, there's 22 acres, and the back 10 is where our 3 homes are. Around the outside we have a racetrack that we can train on there, and so eventually the colts are broken and train and go out there. We have an indoor arena that we will start horses with, do minimum work with them there, and then we head right out to the outside and train out there. And the track is primarily a sand racetrack, a river loam track, and has a good floor to it. So even on bad days like this, we're able to train on it.
Penny's daughters are a big part of the family's many successes. Kay Cooper runs the operation at the racetrack, but before the horses get there, many dedicated hours are put in by daughter Jill Febuary and the rest of the Homestretch staff. Febuary lets the young horses learn at their own rate, and her patience pays off when the rigors of training and racing arrive.
We'll train around 50 head of horses total this year, and there's probably 40 head here right now. We'll have as high as 60 horses at one time here.
Penny's name is at the top, or very near, in every important training category in Washington racing. Homestretch Farm enables him to get a head start every season.
But it kind of gets the kinks out of him. It kind of gives us a step forward for that day that we start bringing him in February and start, getting serious with the horse.
Sharon and Larry Ross operate out of their farm in the Green River Valley, just minutes away from Emerald Downs, and also just over the hill from Denida Farm Equestrian Center. The Rosses have used Denida's services for some 25 years. It's almost a second home.
There's a big arena, a small arena, covered round crowd, and covered walkers. You pretty much have everything you need to get horses started. And in the old days, we used to breeze them up here. I mean, they had clockers coming when we were at Long Acres, and a lot of horses trained here real well and just come in to run and come back out. So, no, it's been a good facility for us. I start breaking the babies the 1st of November and bring some older horses in middle of December, and then more older horses in January, and as many stalls as I can fill up. And then we're moving to the track in February. So we're here about three months of the year now.
Ross starts up at Denida in the fall, about a month after Emerald Downs closes.
I like them going so that they go into the track acting like mature horses. And I like the older horses to have a couple weeks in the arena to get legged up. And I like a good base under a horse before I start breezing them. I don't just gallop them for 2 weeks and start working them. So they get a good basis, lots of jogging here. And it gives you a chance to get them out of the mud, get them cleaned up, get them shod, get their teeth done, get them wormed and vaccinated, so that when you do come into the track, you're really ready to train.
Trainer Doris Harwood comes off 2 very successful years, including winning the most 2-year-old races each of the past 2 seasons. She won the first 2-year-old race last year with Smarty Deb.
Smarty Deb takes the lead late and gets up to win. Smarty Deb, that's Dream second.
And getting young horses ready from day one has been her specialty.
So I gather them all up at Reaver, and I've got a great crew that helps me start my yearlings. I don't want to call it breaking my yearlings because I don't want them broke. I want them educated.
Harwood found Reaver Ranch in the 1980s, and it's worked nicely for her.
This facility is very near my home, so of course I want to come here. And I also like the surface. It's very similar to Emerald's, you know, because it's a sandy surface, and we don't have winters where it gets cuppy here. You know, we've got a lot of rain. So this surface stays really nice for training in the winter and fall. So I have probably been using this facility off and on for 20 years. And the last 5 years, we've started all the young horses here. Now we start about, you know, near 30 yearlings a season, so it's worthwhile, and I can keep a lot of families employed over the winter, so we do that here.
Harwood's year-to-year loyalty at Reaver has left her as the only thoroughbred trainer now there.
It's perfect. It has everything you need. It's got a covered round corral, it's got an arena, and it's got this half-mile track, and it's got only enough room for me. There are no extra stalls here. I've got them all full.
Seems it's a year-round labor of love for most everyone in the thoroughbred game. As in every year, there will be a host of debut runners here at Emerald Downs early in the season. Gary Doherty, handicapper for the Seattle Times and author of the popular Emerald Downs Insider, relates some positive trainer statistics for first-time starters.
These stats are based on the last 5 years right here at Emerald Downs. Top trainers with debut runners age 3 and up. Tara Gillihan was 8 for 25 this past 5 years with an ROI of $3.87. Fantastic. Jim Penney, he does well with any kind of debut runner. He was 8 for 44 the past 5 years with debuting 2-year-olds with an ROI of $2.25.
The Jim Penney barn debuted some impressive runners in 07 at Emerald Downs, including Get You.
Oh, this has been a tremendously professional beginning. And first out, Get You scores by 5 lengths.
Last June, Get You, a son of Katowice, ran the fastest 6.5 furlong time, 1:14 1/5, for a first-time starter in track history. Here he is, readying for his 4-year-old season. The 2008 season arrives Friday, April 18th.